Now this is good barbecue.
Welcome to Kansas City, Missouri, where I recently spent a few days during my road trip of the Midwest. Believe it or not, Kansas City is regularly ranked the best barbecue city in the United States. And trust me, they are not lying. The food was so delicious and I can't wait to tell you all about it. But if barbecue isn't your thing, don't worry. I'm also going to show you some other amazing parts of the city that will definitely pique your interest. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. But before we do, you already know the drill. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Kansas City style barbecue originates from Henry Perry, a black chef and restaurant owner who first started smoking meats in 1908. This style uses a wide range of meats, including pork, beef, lamb, turkey, and more. And even though I don't eat meat, I enjoyed delicious pescatarian options from some really popular restaurants. I had delicious shrimp from Jack Stack, a portobello sandwich from Casey Joe's, and jackfruit sliders from Char Bar. So side note, jackfruit is a real fruit that people use as a meat substitute. Kind of crazy, but it was so delicious at Char Bar. Of all the restaurants I ate at, Casey Joe's is probably the most famous, and it's actually part of a gas station. But it was so great, and it's a really good example of the classic Kansas City style barbecue sauce, which has a thick tomato base and is characterized as being sweet and spicy. As I mentioned earlier, the delicious barbecue is not Kansas City's only claim to fame, and believe it or not, the city actually boasts more functional fountains than any other city in the world, including Rome. This is such a random fact, but it's so much fun to just walk around the city and see how many fountains you can find. Kansas City is also home to a rich jazz scene and history. The city's unique style of jazz originated from the 18th and Vine district and gained popularity in the 1920s and 30s. So you already know I had to experience it firsthand at a jazz club called the Green Lady Lounge. Tonight I am heading out to my first jazz club, and it's a Tuesday night, so the place we originally wanted to go to is called Blue Room, and it's very historic in 18th and Vine, but it's not open today. I think most of the clubs in the city open starting on Thursdays, and they're just open for the weekend. So we found a different place called Green Lady Lounge, and I'm very excited to check it out. Typically, Kansas City jazz is more relaxed and features longer solos and feels more like the blues than jazz in other cities like New Orleans or Chicago. I had a great time at the jazz club last night and actually ended up being there for 3 hours, just enjoying some cocktails and listening to the music. It was a very intimate and dark space, so it just felt very calm and soothing. I give that lounge a thumbs up, and I wish I had some more time to visit some of the other ones. The 18th and Vine neighborhood is also a historically prominent Black community where business owners, doctors, musicians, and more thrived. It's also the neighborhood where Henry Perry, the father of Kansas City barbecue, started selling his meats back in the day, and it's home to a restaurant named after one of his proteges, Arthur Bryant. I didn't get a chance to eat at this restaurant, but so many people rave about it, and they've had really famous visitors, including President Obama, so you should be sure to stop by. 18th and Vine has so much to offer, including the Negro League's Baseball Museum, which dives into the legacy of Negro League Baseball, which was born in the 1880s out of segregation when Black baseball players couldn't join teams with white professional players. The Kansas City Negro League team was known as the Kansas City Monarchs, and they were very successful and won 10 national championships. It's also the team on which the famous Jackie Robinson had his professional debut. I made a friend during the trip, and he actually came with me to the museum, and we both learned a lot. We just left the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, which is in the 18th and Vine neighborhood, and we thought it was really interesting. What did you learn?
I thought it was pretty cool. They had a lot of memorabilia and jerseys, balls, bats. It's cool to learn more about the history of the athletes and, you know, different sports and obstacles they've overcome, and it was pretty cool.
We would recommend. It only cost $5 a ticket, and it took us like an hour to get through. It was a good use of time. The World War I Museum is another museum that draws quite a lot of visitors to Kansas City, and this renowned museum has the most World War I artifacts of anywhere in the world, so there's plenty for you to see. But even if you aren't interested in the actual artifacts, going to the monument on top of the museum is a must-do to get beautiful views of the city. I could have been up there for hours just taking it all in. While you're looking out, you'll see the iconic Western Auto sign and the beautiful Union Station, which is still an active Amtrak train station with a lot to offer, including an upscale restaurant, a science center, a miniature train exhibit, and much more. Clearly, I had a great time in Kansas City, and I'm sure that you will too. There's so much to experience and eat, and I look forward to going back one day. Please leave a comment if you've already been and what your favorite activity was. Give this video a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!